Good morning, Munsey Park School. It's Friday, and it's time for our morning announcements. Are we ready, Thomas?
Yes.
Good morning, Munsey Park School. Today is Friday, April 17th, 2020. My name is George Hogan, and I am from Mrs. Cash's 6th grade class.
And my name is James Hogan, and I'm from Mr. Boyer's 4th grade class. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated.
You will now hear some important announcements from Mr. Nolan.
Thank you very much, James and George. Good morning, Munsey Park School, boys and girls, teachers, and staff. Happy Friday to you all. We made it. We want to give a shout out to those boys and girls who participated in yesterday's Flipgrid Challenge, and they are Lucy K, Zoe L, Maxine M, Sophia M, Gabriella C, Sasha G, Juliana M, Emma T, Ariana C, Mary P, and Julia P. Thank you for participating in the Flipgrid Challenge. Today is National Ellis Island Family History Day. And Ellis Island is not too far from us. It's in New York City. A very special place for Mr. Nolan, because some of his family came through Ellis Island. So it's National Ellis Island Family History Day. And today, Thomas, is also National Haiku Poetry Day. And a haiku is a poem that has a 3-line poem with 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and 5 syllables, and usually talks about nature. So Mr. Nolan wrote a haiku for the boys and girls at Munsey Park School, and I'd like to share it with you now. Here is my haiku for you. Munsey Park is great. The kids are learning at home. We will see you soon. And that is my haiku for the day. We have our morning mantra, which comes out of our morning mantra book, and it is, teachers can open the door, but you must enter it yourself. And that is a Chinese proverb. Certainly words to live by. I want to wish you all a wonderful weekend. More importantly, a great learning day. Don't forget to show your 3 R's, respectful, responsible role model. And don't forget to show your amazing character in your words, your actions, and your attitude. Make it a great one. Let the day begin. And we will start with a story. Come sit. Okay. So the story I'd like to share today is by Audrey Penn. And it's a special story called The Kissing Hand. And there are illustrations by Ruth Harper and Nancy Leake. So here comes The Kissing Hand. It's a very special story. Ready? Okay. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried, I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please may I stay home with you? The raccoon, Thomas. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What's that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now, do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school.
Look at the ball.
That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtfully. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Now, you have a kissing hand too, he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away. Going to school. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. I love you. What a great story to lead into the weekend. And we have our Flipgrid challenge for today, and that is in connection to the kissing hand. The story we just read, I want you to choose someone, or maybe a few people, who have impacted you, and write them a note. Draw a picture of your kissing hand. So you could think of someone, maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's a family member, and you can go on to Flipgrid and you can post your note to them by entering the code Munsey Park. Thomas and I want to wish you a great weekend and a great learning day. Let the day begin.